Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.
We love Joshua YG.
Good evening, people. It's sunset here, and today I'll be shooting a video. Hey guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. So good to have you, and thanks for stopping by to watch this video. My name is Joshua YG, and here we are. Now, today I'm going to talk about something very, very important. It's about our relationships with other people around us. So not long ago, I was discussing with a friend of mine. He's a guy, and during the middle of the discussion, he started recounting his negative experiences with people, most especially women. You know, when someone starts telling you things like women are scum, guy, don't chase woman, go for the bag. These women are bad people, that. Started recounting how he has had negative experiences with all sorts of women that he has dated and he has related with, and how they didn't end well. And then, while he was talking, towards the ending of what he was saying, he said something. He said, but I be toxic person, person will go deal with me, person will go live with me, the person self go try, because I know say I toxic. Now I got the reason why his relationship with people didn't thrive in the first place. He said he admitted that he's a very toxic person. So that particularly is what I'm going to be speaking about in today's video: toxicity and toxic behaviors that you should be mindful of. So have you met different types of people who complain about how their relationships with people always go wrong, who always recount negative experiences with other people, and they tend to push the fault to the people that they met? The problem is never from them, it's always from the people. They don't ever take the responsibility as, could this be from me? Could my failed relationship be as a result of what I am doing or what I'm not doing right? Like, certain people possess certain traits, behaviors, which don't help them hold their relationships. You hear some people say something like, I've seen some people who were just like 21 or in their mid-20s, and the number of relationships they've been in, they just get in one relationship, bouncing from one relationship, they keep bouncing from one relationship to another. They are unable to sustain their relationships because of certain qualities, certain behaviors that they hold, which just breaks up their relationship. But today, I'm not even going to talk about non-platonic relationships. I'm not talking about romantic, boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. I'm just talking about general relationship between people, like between you and a co-worker, you and a colleague, you and a friend. That's the relationship I'm going to talk about today. And I'm talking about toxic traits that you could have that may not help you to sustain your relationship. So get along with me as you watch this video. Alright, here is how I will define toxic trait. A toxic trait is a quality possessed by a person in a particular relationship that would affect the mental, emotional, physical or spiritual well-being of the other person in this relationship. And I'm sure at any point in life you have heard the word toxic. When you hear toxic, you can relate it with poisonous, dangerous, unhealthy, harmful. So all these behaviors are behaviors that are harmful to people that are related to you if you have or you possess such behaviors. I'm going to quickly talk about these traits, and I beg of you, if at all you notice any of these traits in your life, kindly work on yourself. Kindly try to improve and make amends so that you will not have any behavior that is toxic to the people that are around you. First toxic trait I'm going to talk about is domineering spirit. Are you this kind of person that believes it's my way or no way? Are you someone who seeks to control people, who seeks to use people, who sees people's assistance or their help as your birthright? You don't think you should ask for it, or you don't think that you should request or beg for it, but you see it as something you are entitled to. You can easily just come and tell someone, hey, do this for me, hey, I need you to do that. You just want to control people. You see people as your puppets that you think you can just control. And some people just have this, should I call it this military mentality, and they think that they can just easily control people. Having a domineering spirit is bad because you don't want to seek the opinion of others, but you think it's always what you suggest, it's always what you bring forth that is right. And such a person will not have a team spirit. Such a person cannot function well in a team if you have a domineering spirit, because in life there are certain things you can't achieve on your own. There are certain things that you need to achieve together as a team. You need teamwork. But then if you have this domineering spirit, you always want to have it your way. When people are doing it in a way that is not your way, even though it's the right way, you just feel like no, it cannot work. And having domineering spirit is actually toxic because it doesn't show respect. Having domineering spirit will make you to be intolerant. You wouldn't accept other people's views. You wouldn't embrace new ideas and new ways of doing things. So having a domineering spirit is a toxic trait, and it's something that you need to be very, very careful of, because when you have domineering spirit, you tend to look down on this other person that you are in a relationship with. You tend to look down and kind of downplay other people. Domineering spirit makes you downplay people that you are related to. So that's one of the toxic traits we're talking about. Number 2 now, the second toxic trait I'm talking about is parasitic attitude. You see, certain people see their relationship or their connection with some other people as a medium of extortion. Because I am your friend, you see me as a means of, sucking. You see me as a means of meeting all your needs. And that's it. You shouldn't see your relationship with other people as a medium of extortion. Some people extort money, sex, all manner of things from people that they are related to. When they say parasite, a parasite, how it sucks from the host, how it attaches itself to the body of the host and keeps sucking and sucking and sucking, while the host is uncomfortable. Some people just tend to dump their responsibility on the people related to them. They just want to dump their responsibility on you, because in life we are responsible for our actions, right? We are responsible for the things that we do, the consequences of our actions. So some people, when they are poor or they are broke, they think, oh, my uncle is responsible for this. My uncle is the one that should sort out this problem. And when the uncle is unable to sort it out, they start seeing the uncle as, oh, he's stingy, he's wicked, he's this, he's that. And you dumping your responsibility on other people is a bad thing. Because I remember watching a particular podcast. This particular girl said something that when I am not dating, I am rich. I am a big girl. I meet my needs myself. I pay for my wigs. I buy this, I buy that for myself and all that. But then whenever she's dating, whenever she's in a relationship, she says she's broke. She's suddenly broke. No, she can't meet her needs by herself again. She can't do anything by herself again. It's a man that's going to take care of all her needs and all of that. That's a very, very bad mentality. You see, having to ask for help is not a problem at all. But when it comes to a situation whereby you now see it as Ifa, like it's no longer asking for help, but you dumping your responsibility and you relying on somebody else, that's where the problem comes in. I remember one time I had one particular roommate. Okay, he needed help, he needed something, he needed a material thing, I didn't need to say it. And he came the first day. This was something very little actually that he could actually get on his own. He came and asked from me for the first day. I gave it to him. Nice. Second day he came again. Okay, perhaps he doesn't have it yet. Give it again. Alright. Came the third day. What's going on? Gave him again. Fourth day. And the thing is, this particular thing is coming to demand from me. Something I can just easily buy and just get for himself. Because it's not as though he was broke. It's not as though he didn't have the money. In fact, he was buying things that are way more expensive than that, but he just didn't count it as a need, as an important need, because he has seen someone who would meet that need, right? Why keep the cow when you can have the milk for free, right? So that was the mentality he had, and he just kept coming until the day I just had to call his attention. Hey bro, this is something that you can easily buy. You just keep coming on and on. You just keep coming. Is it because I'm readily giving it to you? And then before we knew it, he was able to, like, from that word of caution, he was able to get what he needed for himself. Now, that's how many people are. Okay, it starts by asking for help, and they get the help, but it just keeps coming on and on and on, and then it turns parasitic. It turns to a situation whereby the person that is even giving out is already lacking. Like, it shouldn't be like that. Some people's sense of entitlement gets so bad to the extent that you start making other people responsible for your feelings. When you are sad, when you are bad, when you are not feeling good, you start making people responsible for it. I remember getting to see this, that a husband was telling his wife that was sleeping, "Hey, wake up, wake up. How will you be sleeping when I am not okay, when I'm not sleeping? How will you be sleeping when I'm feeling bad? Wake up, girl." This, that. Like, some people's sense of entitlement gets too bad to the extent of making other people responsible for their feelings. The worst part of this is when the only thing the person shares with you is their burden. They don't share their win with you. They don't share their good sides of life with you. But it's when they are in a problem, that's when they will call you. You don't come to ask for well-being, but each time you call is to say, "Oh, I'm in a debt," or "Hey, my son needs to pay school fees," or it's when you are in need that you are calling. It's a bad thing if you don't learn to even call to celebrate others. You don't call to genuinely seek for their well-being, but the only time you get to connect with other people is when you have a need. Like, it's that bad for some people, and that's actually a very parasitic attitude. So I'm ending on this note that if your relationship with someone always inquire you just collecting, and you have nothing to give out, nothing to offer, no value to deliver, it's parasitic. It's actually very, very parasitic. If your connection with anybody just requires you just collecting and you don't give out. Okay, fam, I hope you're enjoying this. So the next toxic trait I'm talking about is abuse. You know, they say when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Abuse comes when something is disvalued, when it is taken with levity, when it's taken with little words or little care or little respect. For example, you can't have a Rolls Royce and the next thing you tell your driver is, let's start using this Rolls Royce to pack cement, or to be packing sand, or to be using it for all this manual labor work. No, that's abuse. It's misuse, because that's not a work. It's a luxury car and you are using it for something dirty. So abuse can come in different forms. Abuse can be verbal. It can be in form of a physical assault or an emotional abuse. You know, we are in a society today that people can easily make use of your mistake and see it as an access to abuse you. For example, let's say something for naturally right from our home, something falls on the ground. It's like, "What? How you let that fall? You this fool, you this idiot, you this," call you all sort of names and they abuse you. That's a form of like emotional abuse. In the society of today, when a person makes a mistake, people see that as a reason to disregard this person, to not to treat him as a person of value, and they think they can easily diminish his confidence with the word of mouth and see all manner of insults on the person because of one mistake or the other that the person made. And it shouldn't really be so, because everybody has rights to their person. They have a right to be honored, and we don't treat people with honor again. Even so, I'll just simply term abuse as any action taken to tarnish a person's self-esteem, a person's confidence, a person's physical and emotional well-being is termed as abuse. Hey, get me right, I'm not talking about sanction here. Sanction is like making a person pay the penalty of a wrongdoing. That is a different kind of thing, right? But I'm talking about in a normal circumstance. In a normal circumstance, no word should proceed out of someone's mouth to make another person feel less of themselves, because that is actually termed abuse. And apart from words, even physically, battery and assault, battering people for no reason, it's not a good thing. It isn't it isn't nice, and doing such to someone that you know is toxic. There are certain people that you would know, they will never see your achievement, they will never see your accomplishment, they will never celebrate you, they will never commend you for any good thing that you do, but it's that little mistake that you always know, okay, you make this little mistake, that's the first thing they'll point at. Like, there's this quote that it's the guilty finger that points the most. Those set of people, it's so easy for them to point out errors. It's very easy to point out, oh, you didn't get it right here, you didn't get it right here, but you did 99 good, but it's just that 1% wrong that you did that they would emphasize on, that they will zoom in on. It's not a good quality of a person. It's not a good quality to be someone that always run down people's confidence. You don't make them confident in themselves. Or because when you keep emphasizing on someone's flaws so much, such a person cannot improve. When a relationship is full of too much criticisms and you make the other party to feel not good enough, not doing well enough, not perfect enough, it is what? It is toxic. Any relationship that doesn't make you feel good as a person, in your appearance, in your person, in your personality and all, it is actually very, very toxic, because people should learn to appreciate the strengths of other people. They should learn to like put their focus more on the strength, and when they are even talking about the weaknesses of people, they should talk it as regards areas of improvement. Okay, you can do this to get better, you can do this to get better, not like you run someone down, you talk someone down because wow, it's evening already and it's getting dark. But then I'll move towards where there's light. And finally, what I'm going to talk about is bad influence. Any relationship that is imbibing you with cultures and values that you know are not right, they don't sit well with you, they are against good cultures, they are against good moral values. Any relationship that is imbibing you with such is actually toxic for you, and I believe that you should exit from such a relationship. Any relationship that is teaching you to do what is against the law of God, what is against the law of your country, what is against your home training, what is against societal good, is something that you should exit from. Are you someone who is in a relationship with guys around you that are involving you into drugs, smoking, sexual immorality and all manner of things? That is toxic for you and you need to exit. Let me stop here. So today I've been able to list about 5 different toxic traits and behaviors, and if you possess any of these traits, kindly work on yourself, work on areas you need to improve in. And if you are in a relationship with someone that possesses any of this, either you work on the person to stop it or you exit from such so as to not get affected. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for your time. I hope you learned a thing or two, and see you later in my next video. God bless you so much. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. More of great things like this are coming. You are blessed. Bye.